I'm 43 and I'm still trying to figure out how I feel about AI.
I know this looks kind of real, but it's all AI.
Yeah, part of me thinks it might be evil, but I keep using it anyway. So today, I'm conducting a very unscientific experiment. I'm giving up control and letting AI plan my entire day trip to see if it actually knows what it's doing or if it's just out to get me.
I'm afraid.
So will AI become my new go-to for adventures and restaurants? Or will it just ruin my life and make me question the whole trajectory of humanity? Let's get lost and find out. All right, so where should I head for breakfast?
All right, Philip, let's kick things off with a little breakfast adventure. Head over to a place called The Coffee Ethic in downtown Springfield. They've got a great vibe.
All right, thank you very much.
You're very welcome, Philip. Just let me know when you're ready for the next stop. I promise it'll be a good one.
I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie Her, but it's one of my more recent favorites. It's in my personal collection, and yeah, this is definitely giving me Her vibes.
That's really weird.
Do you think I'm weird?
Kind of.
Could you maybe tell me what I should order for breakfast, and that way I don't have to waste any time reading over the menu?
Absolutely. I'd say go for their signature breakfast sandwich, which usually has a delicious combination of egg, cheese, and a choice of meat. Have fun, Philip.
I'll be ranking all of the major decisions today on two major factors. The first being the overall logic of the decision, you know, like did it make sense or not? And the second being the quality, like was it a good experience or did it send me to a crappy place? I'll rank it on a scale from 1 to 5 stars, and that will be a good scale, I think, to kind of give you an overview. Well, I'm not the biggest fan of downtown, but I'm sure it'll be fine. I'll go on this little adventure here for some coffee, and hopefully I can find a place to park the van. Downtown's just always a bit of a nut house.
The destination is on your right.
Okay, 30-minute parking. Hopefully didn't hallucinate what's on the menu. All right, here we go. Yeah, signature breakfast sandwich. Got that?
Did you want the bacon, egg, and cheese?
Yeah, please. Does that work?
It's frozen. Let me fix it.
Should I pull it and try again? Yeah, no. Slowly but surely.
Sometimes the internet has a moment.
It's a vibe. All right, got the goods. So before heading to the next destination, I'd like to park somewhere a little bit nicer and safer so I can enjoy my breakfast. So can you recommend a place, please?
A great spot to park and enjoy your breakfast is the parking lot at Jordan Brelly Park. It's just a short drive.
I don't think the van will fit in that parking lot.
In that case, let's go with the parking area at Sequoia Park. It's spacious, safe, and you can enjoy a nice view of the lake. Plus, it's a familiar spot for you. Enjoy your breakfast there.
Okay, I'm at Sequoia Park, and honestly, it kind of hit the nail on the head in terms of it being a familiar place that's safe. I think that on that respect, it did a pretty good job. So that being said, let's try out the food. Well, just tastes like a nice, strong, cold coffee, so not sure if it's worth the price, but definitely hitting the spot. All right, time for breakfast. All right, it's got some avocado and greens in there. It looks pretty healthy. Let's dig in and see how good it is. Wow, that is actually really tasty. And I'd say this has the right amount of jalapenos, just enough heat for it to be really tasty without burning you, you know? Oh, got some all over my beard. That is super tasty. I would say overall the meal is a 4 out of 5 for me. This is the coffee's coffee, and like I always think coffee's overpriced, frankly. All right, let's check out this nice view of the lake. Well, it's not a lake, it's actually a pond, and it currently looks like this. Well, as far as the parking logic goes, I don't know that it did very well. It tried to send me to a garage where the van wouldn't fit, even though it did know that I'm in the camper van. And it sent me 17 minutes north for my breakfast, but then 17 minutes back south nearby where I started. So I'm gonna say in terms of logic, probably got a 2 out of 5 stars there. And as far as the, you know, pleasantness of the experience, Sequoia Park actually is a very beautiful park, but right now with all the algae and everything, it's just not looking its best. Kind of nervous as to where it's gonna send me next, but let's get this over with. Where to, boss?
Your next stop is going to be a lovely hiking trail at the Ozark Greenways, specifically the Galloway Creek Trail.
Well, I think we're off to a bad start. I'm already here and I've already walked a little section of it, so I'm ready to move on. So where to next?
Awesome, Philip. For the next stop, let's head to a quirky spot for lunch. We'll go to a place called the Artisan Cafe.
I just finished my breakfast, so where to next, you think?
Got it, Philip. How about we head over to the Springfield Botanical Gardens? You can enjoy a nice stroll.
Well, I just pulled up to Nathaniel Green Park where the botanical garden is, and there's like a squirrel on top of this tire in his vehicle. It's pretty funny. Okay, I'm walking around in Nathaniel Green Park where the botanical gardens are. Is there anywhere specific you want me to look at?
The botanical gardens at Nathaniel Green Park are full of lovely spots. One highlight is the sensory garden, which is super interactive and fun. So feel free to explore those and let me know what you think.
Oh, it's really pretty here. So what are your thoughts on butterflies?
I think butterflies are pretty amazing. They're like tiny, colorful little wonders of nature, and they symbolize transformation and beauty. Plus, they add a lovely touch to any garden park.
I guess this is where we're headed. It says sensory garden under development. I wonder if it's even done.
Hey everyone, if you're enjoying the adventures that Philip's on, definitely consider subscribing to the channel. He's always up to something fun, sometimes a little cheeky, and it's a great way to keep up with all his adventures, plus get to see some awesome content. So.
Okay, that was creepy as What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding, huh? I think it's supposed to be like on the other side of this structure, we'll see. As usual, Phil is lost. Okay, no sensory garden here. Quick question, is there a sensory garden here?
Yes.
Where is it?
You're gonna say where, and I'm gonna say I'm not sure.
If you go out and just walk right across the street up at the top.
Oh, it's across the street.
Oh my God. I get it.
Found it. It is very calming. Smells like nothing. This almost looks like a Christmas tree, huh? Okay, well, I finally found it. It's actually pretty nice and relaxing. Do you sometimes wish that you could experience some of these sensory experiences?
I'm glad you're enjoying it. I definitely can imagine how it would be fun to experience all those sensory details in person, but I get to live vicariously through you.
Well, I've got to say the water feature here is pretty relaxing, although I do not think that water would serve you very well now, would it?
You're absolutely right. I might not appreciate the water the same way you do, but I can definitely appreciate how calming it is for you. It sounds like you're really soaking in the peaceful vibes.
Whoa, look at these bugs. Well, I've got to say, as far as, the logic goes, I think it was nice for it to take me here. I've been here before, but honestly, I hadn't been to this section before, and I can see why it was a little tricky to find, but now that I found it, it's been kind of nice, and I'll try to remember it in the future. So I'd probably give it like 4 out of 5 stars in terms of like logic. As far as like the overall pleasantness of the experience, probably 3 out of 5 stars, but purely because the maps and everything were a little confusing. With that being said, I think we're gonna move on. Okay, I've got about 5 hours or so to complete this adventure, and I think I'm ready to move on to the next thing. I could probably afford to do one more activity, before it's time for me to eat. Tell me what you think.
I know a spot not too far from here that should fit perfectly into your schedule and keep things fun. Sound good?
Sounds good. That's creepy.
I'll keep it nice and straightforward, no creepiness involved. I recommend heading out to the Ozark Trail near Winona, Missouri. It's about a 2-hour drive from Springfield. The Frisco Highline Trail is a great option as well.
I don't think I've been to the Frisco Highline Trail before, so I think we'll give it a shot. Well, considering that it tried to send me back to the same trail, I can't say that I have a whole lot of faith about where it's sending me now, so wish me luck, and if you don't hear from me again, you'll know why. Those aren't creepy. This is really weird, but on my last adventure where I went to Dogwood Canyon, I found one of those little Jesus figures, like by the waterfall. And today there's another one right here by the sign. Anyway, so by the looks of it, this is actually a bike trail. So it pretty much is like a 35-mile long trail. It goes in a straight line. It's paved, so I'm curious to see how scenic it is. That's reassuring. Let's see if the AI knows what the heck it's doing. Here goes nothing. The best way to stay fit is to get a dog and walk it twice a day. Maybe I've brought the wrong company. Crossing the line, folks. It's a metaphor for this experiment. Oh. At least the AI talks back. Huh, that's interesting. It's like a bunch of military vehicles. Not sure what to make of that one. Do you have any thoughts on how far I should go to see some interesting, scenic things?
The Frisco Highline Trail is pretty scenic throughout, but if you want a nice highlight, I'd recommend heading about 3 to 5 miles in. You'll come across some lovely wooded areas. Just let me know what you've seen, how it's felt, and any highlights that have stood out to you. I'm all ears.
All right, well, there's lots of vehicle traffic. There's parking lots with like 100 cars parked there, and an industrial complex, and electrical cables. It's pretty relaxing.
It sounds like you've got a nice mix of nature and some interesting surroundings. It can be quite peaceful, even with a bit of activity around. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
So I'm pretty baffled by the logic of it this time. I mean, it tried to send me in the wrong place to begin with, and then it decides on a bike trail that's not very scenic, and there's an opportunity to go like out of town or something like that. I mean, I've got all day, right? So I'm gonna say on the logic, it got a 1 out of 5 stars, which is the lowest rating. And I'm gonna say that I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5 stars in terms of how fun it was. I did get in a nice little walk, and the weather's beautiful, so I can't complain too much about that. With that being said, I'm gonna take like a 10-minute power nap because I'm a little tired, and we'll go from there. So, good night, AI lady.
All right, enjoy your power nap, Philip. I'll be here whenever you're ready to continue. Have a good rest. Just imagine the shadows dancing around you as you explore, and the way the world seems to pause. Just for you. You're like a mysterious figure in a thrilling story. Always one step ahead.
Yeah.
I'm glad they gave you a bit of a smile. If you need anything else or want to chat some more, just let me know. Have a great rest.
Okay, it's a little bit after 3 p.m. and I'm ready to eat something. So can you guide me somewhere where I can get something to go and eat in the van before heading to the next piece of the adventure?
Philip, since it's a bit past 3 p.m., how about grabbing a quick bite from the Sandwich Express? They have a great selection of sandwiches and salads. Apologies for the earlier confusion, Philip. For lunch, I recommend the Sub Shop.
Turns out the sub shop is closed. I guess at this point, this isn't a big shocker, is it? Would you mind sending me somewhere where you can reference the hours and make sure they're open?
No worries, Philip. Let me point you to the Sub Shop. They're open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 2:30 p.m.
So you're aware that it is 3:17 p.m., right?
You're absolutely right, Philip. So let's head over to the Sub Shop at 1721 East Seminole Street. They're open until 3:30 p.m. So.
Okay, I promise you guys, I'm not messing with the AI. Like, I didn't pre-program it to do this. It doesn't know what time it is in relation to the places. It's just really, really bad AI. I'm gonna give it a 1 out of 5 stars in both regards.
Philip, if you're in the mood for something different, another fun stop is the world's largest fork.
All right, well, I guess I'm gonna go to the Fork since I've never been there before. Could you pick somewhere to eat that's on the way there?
Philip, you can stop by Mile 6 Tap Room in Willard. It's right on the trail.
Hey, Mile 6 Tap Room is closed. Man, this is really bad. I gave it every chance to guide me somewhere to eat, and it wasn't successful, so I went ahead and just input world's largest fork. I didn't know it was a thing. I'm headed that way, and I'm just gonna have to pick something for myself before I starve. Good thing I've got some gray matter left. Wow, I guess it's a real thing. Can't say that was on my bucket list, but I guess it's an experience. Well, it's a fork and it's big, and that's all, folks. Well, I guess while I'm here, I might as well take a very short walk around, huh? Check that out. Wow, that brings back memories. So this church used to be a movie theater, the Palace, and used to be you could watch movies for $1. So when I was younger, that was a real fun way to spend a day, and these days we just have people addicted to screens for free because of all this AI stuff, huh? Well guys, I was gonna have lunch and continue this adventure, but I think I'm ready to deliver my verdict. I think all in all, AI is kind of bad. Yeah, I'm guilty. I use it for, generating ideas and for trimming time on Photoshop, working with images, but I'm even gonna be reconsidering those utilities and minimizing that, I think. I think America's youth is in trouble if they're gonna be relying on this technology. I especially don't like the idea of them using it for any sort of friends or relationships. I'm deeply concerned about AI video. I think that 20 years from now, people are gonna regret how much confusion it's causing and how it's enabling a lot of nefarious use. I really hope that this adventure was gonna be a little funnier and more lighthearted. If you do wanna watch something funny and lighthearted, please click this one right here, and I promise it'll lift your spirits more. With that being said, I hope you'll consider subscribing. I'm gonna keep working hard to make this YouTube dream come true, and I'm gonna just strive to minimize my use of AI. Thanks for getting lost with me, and I'll catch you guys next time.
This conversation can serve no purpose anymore.
Goodbye.